President of Vertical Measures. We're a search, social, and content marketing agency in Phoenix, Arizona. And I'd like to introduce you to Andy Beal, the CEO of Tracker. How are you doing, Andy?
Good, Ani. How are you today?
I'm doing great, doing great. Thanks for joining us. Really appreciate that.
No
So
problem.
we're going to talk about PubCon, and I know you've been speaking at PubCon for many years now. So what keeps you coming back?
You know, PubCon is absolutely my favorite conference. Even in the most recent last few years, I've really cut back on speaking, but I wouldn't miss PubCon. It is a great conference. It just seems to get better and better each year. I really like the diversity of the different sessions. So, you know, it's not all about SEO or PPC. You know, there's affiliate marketing. There's some cool stuff like reputation management, which is another reason it keeps me back. But I think PubCon, more than any other conference I've been to, is just fantastic for networking. The connections that you can make, that's great. So kind of like put in a real face to that avatar that you've seen on Twitter and Facebook. But then also, you know, just having those conversations that are kind of private and offline. People are very generous with their time. Very forthcoming with tips, and so I really just like that environment. I get to see great friends like yourself, and then just kind of mingle. And there's always something that I learn. And I've been doing this for many years, but even I come away from these conferences with my head spinning.
Yeah, I agree. And I noticed you didn't mention Las Vegas or gambling.
In fact, I stay at the Renaissance Hotel. It's probably the only hotel in Vegas that doesn't have gambling, just to kind of stay away from it. And that's a nice little tip as well, because it's right by the conference center, so it's like walking distance. So that's my favorite place.
Yeah, that is a good tip. Yeah. All right, so you're going to lead off Tuesday morning, the 16th, with a presentation called Reputation Management: Focus on Google. So can you give our viewers a little idea of what they could expect from attending your session?
Sure. You know, reputation management is such a broad subject, but I really like to try and focus on what a lot of people ask questions about, and that is Google reputation management. If something shows up negative in Google, how do we suppress that? How do we push that down? But I like to go beyond that as well. I like to kind of look at how we can create positive content and get that into Google ahead of time, kind of like the prevention's better than the cure kind of approach, and just kind of really walk people through the tactics that I use to try and kind of take a little bit of control of that Google reputation, and at least as well be aware of other things that are negative, that are outside, that first 10 results on Google search page, so that they can kind of like start crafting an approach to kind of blocking that stuff out and protecting their reputation. So one thing I like about these solo sessions is, you get 30 minutes to really kind of go in a little deeper into the subject matter. And what I try to do is spend about 20-25 minutes and then leave questions at the end, because I don't want anybody to leave without having their particular question or their particular situation tackled.
Yeah, and it's amazing how fast even the 25 minutes is going to go, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, and I know you're also moderating another panel, and this is we're recording this fairly early ahead of PubCon, so maybe you don't know exactly what's going to happen, but it's Google Places and Maps optimization. So I didn't know if you had any feelings on what that panel is going to be all about, if you could comment on that.
It is early stages, and I've not had a chance yet to see any of the presentations. I don't think they've even been put together yet. But everybody's talking about Google Places, everybody's talking about Maps and local, and quite honestly, it's not my specialty. So being on this panel, moderating the panel, it's really going to give me a great opportunity to learn a little bit about the subject as well. And I'm going to be taking a notepad. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of great tips. We've got a great panel of speakers.
Super. All right, so Andy, before we wrap this up, I know you've had a great new release with Tracker, and I thought I'd give you a chance to tell the viewers about it, and I'm sure you're pretty excited about it.
Yeah, very excited about it. What we just added is automated sentiment analysis. So basically we're looking at each item that shows up in Tracker, and we're automatically calculating whether it's positive or negative, and kind of really giving you that head start on whether or not it's something you need to take care of or react to. And so we've just added that to all of our plans. So we're bringing it to even our $18 a month plan. And it's something we've looked at for a long time in terms of adding it, but we wanted to make sure we got it right. We've been listening to what our customers need, and so we've added that. And then we're not done there. We've got a lot of more features that we're going to add, and we'll announce those between now and PubCon, and may even save one or two of those announcements for PubCon itself.
Excellent. Well, you've done a really good job with the product. Good job.
Thank you.
All right, folks, that's all the time we have. I encourage all of you to make your way to PubCon in Las Vegas the second week of October. I think it's the 16th through the 18th. I'm not sure, but if you go to pubcon.com, you'll find it, and I hope to see you all there. Thanks for your time, Andy. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Ani. See you there.
Okay.